Well, look at this one-man band. We have you have a 3-game victory in our prediction game. I have a victory. We're both co-champions. I wonder what Rick Hard's going to do.
You know what, guys? I'm going to go full Sami Zayn on this one right now. There's a conspiracy going on in WWE and all these wrestling promotions.
Welcome to Tfspod, always known as a Feud Show podcast. This is 24/7 Lou, and that's
Rick Hard telling you that it's rigged. The game is rigged. I should be champ right now. Okay? Like Sami Zayn says, I am the great liberator, and I will not be interrupted by the sound guy. And hey, get your hands off me.
And that's
the one-man band. And look, unlike Fidel Castro, he can't actually rig anything. He's not that good at that.
Yes, folks, here we are. We're doing the prediction show for WWE Fastlane 2021. It's just right at the edge, right before WrestleMania. Those 2 nights of WrestleMania we're going to have. But yeah, Fastlane is in the way. I don't know. Is it a throwaway pay-per-view? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. Let's go to the scoreboard. Rickard, what's a scoreboard? Oh, wait. I didn't say one of the most favorite lines I love saying on the show. This is the Tfspod, the number 1 show on YouTube, number 1 show in your heart, number 1 show in your girlfriend's heart. Take that. So, back to the scoreboard. What's a scoreboard, Rickard?
All right. So, I've been calmed down by security. I've been told an outburst like that will not be allowed again. So let's just read the scoreboard here, which I will eventually retake the lead. Hear me now, quote me later. However, the scoreboard right now stands.
Read the scoreboard and stick to the conspiracy.
Scoreboard stands at 24/7 Lou and one-man band tied in the lead for 3 points apiece. I'm in the runner-up spot, tied with Jay Few, if you could believe that.
Wow.
At 1 point. Ooh. And the randomizer is at 0, as well as everyone else who hasn't participated at 0. That includes Bogey.
Yep. So, yeah, there's a scoreboard. So let me see. If you win this one and you win WrestleMania, you're back in it. You're in the lead.
I take the lead because WrestleMania is worth 2 points. Count them. 2 points.
So yeah.
However, as Lou asked, Fastlane is kind of a throwaway pay-per-view at what is unfortunately looking like a throwaway WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Yeah. Shots fired. Shots fired.
All righty, here we go. So the order we're gonna go in is, I guess, woman band. I think you're the one with the hot hand. So I'm not number 1 in this one. I have to give way to you because you got the hot hand.
Yeah. So let's do since it's winner goes first, but we have 2 winners. One-man band's got a 3-show win streak.
Yeah.
Lou, you've only got a 2-show win streak.
Ooh.
So one-man band, Lou, me, and then the randomizer.
The randomizer are going to be the players for this episode of Fastlane Predictions. All right, so let's go with the first match.
Oh, by the way, the randomizer put in some really good picks. I gotta say, we were contemplating Control C. Some of us.
Yes, some of us were. All right, so let's go to that first match of Matt Riddle versus Mustafa Ali for the United States Championship. Is it?
Yes.
All right, so there we go. That's the matchup. And who do you have? One-man band.
This one should be easy. I mean, Matt Riddle just won the belt last pay-per-view. You know, we didn't even expect that to happen. But and now in hindsight it makes sense, of course, because look what happened. Mm-hmm. Mustafa Ali, I feel like he'll take a loss in this one, and there might be some retribution shenanigans that'll go against his favor, and continue the descent of them, eventually breaking up. So I'm just short and sweet. Matt Riddle keeps the belt. He retains.
All right, the champ retains. All right, my turn for the pick. I'm gonna have to say one thing on this one. I do agree with you on this one. I think Matt Riddle does win this, and I think we'll see something much bigger for WrestleMania. So I do think that Riddle does stay with the championship, and let's see what happens. So what do you have, Rickard?
So okay, I am going to predict that what will not happen on the predictions contest this Sunday will happen in this match where the champ retains. So I'm going to give it to the real bro, Matt Riddle.
This guy over here. All right.
I
see.
God.
See where this is headed.
All right, and
that's my pick.
All right, good. There you go. And the randomizer, what did the randomizer have?
The randomizer is going to give us a solid consensus because the randomizer was like, bro, Matt Riddle wins.
Yeah. Bruh. Here we go. Okay. So, all right, next
like
match.
The dice landed so that it sounded like they said that.
That's how it sounded. That's true. That was odd. All right, so next matchup we're going to have, it's going to be Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth freaking Rollins. All right, so for this matchup, it's a singles match. I go first in this one. I think the momentum is still going on with Seth Rollins. He's back. He's getting the swing of things. He's not in any championship picture right now, so I think that they're not gonna shut this stuff down yet. You know, he's still a big name, big draw. I feel bad about having to go against Shinsuke on this one, but yeah, I'm gonna pick Seth Rollins for the win on this matchup. And Rickard, who do you have?
So this is very tempting because Rollins, as of late, seems to be the guy to put people over. Let's see, he had, since WrestleMania, he lost to Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, lost to Drew McIntyre. Slowly but surely got a nice build before eventually losing his feud to the Mysterios. Kind of putting over Dominic a bit in certain aspects, and then also putting over Buddy Murphy. Then he left on maternity leave. Then he comes back and he's feuding with Cesaro, who, if he does end up having a match with at WrestleMania, he'll probably put over. So will the trend continue to doing that for Shinsuke Nakamura? I don't see it. I think Rollins needs to have some heat going into WrestleMania if he's going to match with Cesaro, or even a rematch with Shinsuke Nakamura. Or they're going to do something where they do a multi-man Intercontinental title match. He needs to have some momentum going in. Shinsuke looks hot. He's definitely a face again. But I think Rollins edges it out because Rollins is my boy. Seth Rollins for the win.
Seth Rollins for the win. All right. And the randomizer. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Let me skip the randomizer and we go to the one-man band.
So, yeah, I was about to get the randomizer to go before me. Good God. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with like Rickard said. I mean, even though Seth Rollins has been in the putting people over phase, I just don't think that Shinsuke is gonna go over on him. Especially with Seth Rollins coming back from leave, it seems like it might be like, okay, we're gonna give him a little push. You know, as a gift, as a gift for being a first time dad, you know. Mm-hmm. So, and you know, Shinsuke unfortunately doesn't have a great track record going into WrestleMania. You know, remember he lost that battle with AJ Styles, and then he turned heel. And it's WrestleMania 34.
The hit him in the groin feud.
They hit him in the groin. And he changes theme song right afterwards. But yeah, which I believe he went back to his original theme song, didn't he?
Yes, he has gone back to the original theme song without the angry Japanese.
Yeah. So, anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna be in the consensus that in that sense that Seth Rollins is gonna win. He's gonna go over.
All right, Seth Rollins for the win on that one for the one-man band. And the randomizer, yes. What does the randomizer have?
So the randomizer is going to round in the consensus with a pick that none of us copied. We have to repeat this because it's a good pick, but we all coincidentally came to the same conclusion here. And it's going to agree with all of us and say Seth Rollins with the win over Shinsuke Nakamura.
All righty. So wow. Okay. And next matchup we're going to have is going to be Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. On this one, it's going to be Rickard that goes first.
Okay, so the Strowman Shane McMahon feud looks a little weird. I'm kind of surprised this match didn't happen at WrestleMania. Makes me think that we're leading to bigger and better things, maybe, or a rematch of some kind. But the match is no holds barred. Shane McMahon is making his first pay-per-view match appearance in about 2 years. This has been a while since we've seen Strowman. I don't think we've seen Strowman on a pay-per-view since the Rumble, and then before that, he didn't have a singles match for a while. So, with that said, I'm going to go with the safer pick of saying Shane McMahon goes back to his old gimmick of burying people and goes full-on heel. So, wait. No, I'm going to call an audible on this one.
What?
I'm going to call an audible on this one. I have it written down, but I'm going to call an audible. I think I know where this is going. And I'm gonna disagree with the randomizer on this one because I originally looked at the randomizer's pick and I disagreed. This is what I'm gonna say.
Go for it.
Braun Strowman demolishes Shane McMahon.
Braun Strowman,
and he demolishes him. Yes, and he demolishes him so badly. Either Stephanie McMahon comes out to try to stop him, or to get in the way, and then Strowman approaches her because Strowman's been shown as the heel on this one. So he goes to kind of menacingly approach Stephanie, and then we have Triple H come out. And here's my reasoning.
Ooh.
They're not doing Shane versus Strowman 2 at WrestleMania, so you might as well build towards something else. And I'm thinking of two particular things here. Survivor Series, I believe it was 2018, where they had that altercation, as well as the Orton Triple H rivalry, which, if you recall, started with Orton punting and taking out the other McMahons. So this is a transition towards Triple H versus Strowman, because Triple H is surprisingly absent from the WrestleMania card.
Wow.
So Strowman wins. That's my pick.
Wow. Okay. The one-man band. Who do you have?
Man, so... okay. I mean, I was gonna pick Braun Strowman to win as well, but I mean, I did not have that reasoning out there. But now that you mention it, wow. I think the Survivor Series you were talking about was I believe it was 2017. It was the one where I remember correctly that it was Triple H that he kind of tagged himself in. Yeah, it was Final 3. Triple H, Angle, and Strowman were Team Raw, and Shane McMahon was by himself. Yes. And then... it might have been 2017. It all feels like a blur after 2020. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it's just been a mess. But I do remember that Triple H took the pin from Braun Strowman, and Strowman, grabbed him and said, "Don't you ever do that again." I remember that. So I'm wondering if maybe they're gonna revisit that and be like, "Oh yeah, you thought you were tough all that time ago and all that." I mean, we'll see. But I do think that Braun Strowman goes over because I highly doubt that they're gonna do a WrestleMania with Shane. I just don't see it. I feel like it's too sudden. I would think that he would want to do his spectacles with a crowd involved. I mean, yeah, there's going to be a crowd, but not to this capacity that he would like. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Braun Strowman. He's gonna win.
Braun Strowman for the win. All right. Yes. All right. My turn to pick here. All right, for this one, man, this is a tough one. You guys put a lot of good stories up there. A lot of stretching going on in that first one with Rick Hard. But I already have. No. Stick with your notes. I called an audible. I am. I'm not calling an audible. I'm looking at my notes and I'm going to read what it says. It says Shane McMahon wins this. And that's what I want to stick with. I'm going to stick with the Shane McMahon. Your story sounded great, but I'm not going with it. I'm not buying it. Not yet. So I'm going with Shane McMahon. And what does the lucky randomizer have?
Randomizer is going to be in agreement with you, Lou, to put it at a 2 for 2. So you're in good company there. Randomizer, 0 prediction points on shows. So 2 for 2. Randomizer says Shane McMahon wins.
Wow. Alrighty. All right. So there you go. Those are the picks. I like your stories you guys have. It sounds very interesting, but I don't know. I don't see it yet. Okay, next matchup. Alexa Bliss versus Randy Orton in the intergender match. And in this one, it's going to be the one-man band that goes first. Right?
Yeah, right. I do not envy that.
Yeah, I bet. All right, so this one I feel like being an intergender match, almost certain this is probably going to be like some kind of cinematic ordeal, or it's going to be something, some visual shenanigans are going to go on, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to set up, with Alexa Bliss taking this. I'm pretty sure the Fiend is going to come back. So yeah. I'm pretty sure that this is going to set up the Fiend to come back. It's going to distract Orton, do something. It's going to make Alexa Bliss win the match, probably do some chicanery, some kind of magic trick or something, and probably burn his face or some crap. And that'll be that. Alexa Bliss will win it. And then that'll set up Orton and the Fiend again. So this is basically 2017 all over again. Recurring theme. Seems like if this is the case, 2017 is going to be revisited for quite a couple of storylines. Yeah. So Alexa Bliss, I say Alexa Bliss is going to win, and that's that.
All right. Okay, my turn to pick on this one. Alexa Bliss, Randy Orton. One would say easily, Randy Orton's going to win this. No, I don't really think so. I think it's going to be, like you said, a cinematic match. I think that's going to happen. We're going to see an appearance of the Fiend just to get our appetite well. Like, what's going on? What's the new mask? How's he going to look? So I do think that Alexa Bliss does win this, but I think that it'll be like some disqualification or something like that's going to happen. But, yeah, I do think Alexa Bliss does. I think that she does win this. That's my pick. Ricard, who do you have?
Oh, okay. So let me start by saying that in a straight-up match, no way would Alexa Bliss win.
Right.
Like let's all not forget this. Randy Orton could have easily beat Alexa Bliss 1v1, singles match, no shenanigans. However, this is not Alexa Bliss we're talking about. This is schizophrenia Bliss, as I call her. She's got the magic powers, the Papa Shango-esque curse going on here. And Orton is definitely going to have the Fiend come back in this match and probably attack him. I'm tempted to say no one wins the match as my pick. However, for the points, and because everybody else picked it, I'm gonna go with the safe pick here and say shenanigans happen. Alexa Bliss wins.
Yeah.
All right, Alexa Bliss wins it. And who does the randomizer have?
So the randomizer, apparently, like myself, has a crush on Alexa Bliss, and it thinks she's gonna go over young up and coming star Randy Orton. Because it says Alexa Bliss wins. Consensus pick, Alexa Bliss is going to beat Orton.
All right. So there we go. Alexa Bliss for the win. Next matchup we're going to have, it's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in a no-holds-barred match. It's going to get messy in this one. I think that what we saw on Raw was like a pay-per-view level, I think that they have to put this one even higher than that. So in this one, I go first. So I'm gonna say, for this one, I'm gonna go to you very quick. Drew McIntyre wins this, going in hot into WrestleMania, ready to face Bobby Lashley, and I think that he does win it. Even though there's some ideas that I've been thinking about, like, oh man, what if Sheamus does something? We get a triple threat, and please don't make everything triple threat for WrestleMania. Please, please. You have 2 days. Mix something up. Do something different. So yeah. So I'm gonna go with the pick, Drew McIntyre against Sheamus. He gets the win. And Rickard, who do you have?
Okay. So the match. Oh, the match is.
Oh, you're stretching there, are you?
No holds. Yeah, no, I know. I'm caught on this one. Match is gonna be pretty much a slugfest. No DQ. Mm-hmm. So we're in for it on this one. McIntyre.
A lot of beefy men hitting each other.
Yeah, this is as I like to call it. Whenever Sheamus and McIntyre fight each other, it's not a fight; it's a fight. Yeah, it's because they're British or Irish. But Irish essentially, shoot, neither one of them is British.
Nope. Anyway, who do you have? Rickard, did we lose you? Rickard, did we lose you?
Man, I don't like that this kind of leaves Sheamus out in the loop. I don't like. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Mm-hmm. I was saying I don't like that Sheamus, if he loses. Okay. If Sheamus loses, he's pretty much out in the loop in this one, because then it's just McIntyre versus Lashley. But if Sheamus wins, it kind of puts him there. But I think they're done experimenting with Sheamus and McIntyre. They're going to go with McIntyre wins.
Okay, McIntyre wins. That's what you're calling?
Yep, that's what I'm calling. That's my pick.
Oh, okay. Drew. And now the one-man band. Who do you have?
So I'm kind of in the consensus of Drew winning, because I don't see Sheamus going over in this one, because I feel like with him going over, you know, the WrestleMania program wouldn't look as strong. No offense to him, you know, it's just the way I've seen things pan out. I think with Drew McIntyre losing the belt in the last pay-per-view, they need to build him strong. They need to build him strong so that he goes into WrestleMania hot.
Yep. And,
you know, whether he wins or not remains to be seen for WrestleMania. But as far as Fastlane goes, yeah, I say Drew McIntyre wins it. It's gonna be like, as good old JR says, it's gonna be a slobber knocker, and you know, two-fisted slobber knocker. So it's definitely, you're gonna see some hands thrown. You're gonna see some European barroom brawls kind of style fighting. But I think ultimately Drew McIntyre takes it, and he goes on his way to WrestleMania with a win.
Okay. Wow. All right. And the randomizer, who do they have? Who does it have?
The randomizer is going to disagree with all of us and say that Sheamus wins, fella.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
Wow. Alrighty, randomizer. Good luck with that one. But here we go. Next matchup. It's going to be Big E, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Apollo Crews. The Nigerian Prince is the new angle that he's using now. All right, so in this one, it will be Rickard that goes first. Who do you have?
This one, I don't know. It feels interesting that all the matches that I get to pick first are easy in my opinion. But then again, I thought Lashley versus.
You proved it is a conspiracy. You do liked it. You know it's a conspiracy.
I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was going to say, but then again, I also thought Matt Riddle versus Bobby Lashley versus Keith Lee was predictable, and look at how that turned out.
Oh, yeah.
But let's be honest here. Apollo Crews, new gimmick or not, he's falling flat. He's falling flat on the presentation. The allure isn't there, I don't think. And Big E is definitely worth keeping the title around. So Big E with the win.
All right, Big E with the win. All right, Big E with the win. And now, one-man band, who do you have?
All right, so I kind of find it ironic that it's going to be Big E versus Apollo Crews, or the Apollo Crews with a new gimmick that is very reminiscent of New Day back in 2015 when they first formed. You know, if you guys remember when the New Day first formed back then, they were a heel stable, and they were very much kind of like these, you know, reverend or, you know, strong figure type guys that, you know, didn't really have humor like that. They had a little bit, but it wasn't like to the degree that they became. And now Apollo Crews is going up against one of the creators of that in the same type of gimmick. And, you know, I've always told you guys about Apollo Crews and what I feel, you know, with the whole JBL calling him a megastar at the beginning, and, you know, you saw where that went. Yeah, he's had a U.S. title run. You know, he's had a U.S. title run, but, you know, the U.S. title run was kind of flat at that, and I just don't see Big E losing the belt. They've been pushing him, and they've been pushing him strong, and I don't think it would do him any favors to drop the belt to Apollo. So with that being said, I say Big E retains. Apollo Crews, he just doesn't do anything for me, man. I'm sorry to say. He just for me is like he's like flat soda, you know. So
flat soda.
That's that. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, flat soda. You know?
All right. So you have.
Yeah, I gotta say, I remember that New Day gimmick when they first started. They didn't last long with it. It was a couple weeks, but
yeah.
Right before they did that, I think they were like, "Oh, it's too controversial. Everyone's kind of heated right now. Let's not go with that gimmick." So they went with the power positivity thing after a few weeks. But Xavier Woods was coming out, suit and all, and he was like, we gotta rise up, look after each other, all this stuff. That we're gonna be a heel faction." I remember it.
Yeah.
Essentially, if I think about it, they were pretty much gonna be like the Hurt Business, but without the business aspect and more.
Yeah.
Preacher aspect, but I think it's I like that the observation there. It was good.
Hey.
All right,
Apollo Crews is still losing though.
Yeah, I agree.
but Lou, feel free to disagree. Your pick.
All right, after listening to you guys, no, I already had this written down. I have Big E with the win. Apollo Crews, I don't think it's now or in a fast lane that he would win it. You know, it would be interesting. He wins it in a fast lane and then have a rematch at WrestleMania. So this feud continues going on. But I'll leave those tough predictions like that for the randomizer. So I'm gonna go with Big E. Yeah,
look, good, safe pick. They call it WrestleMania, not Rematch Mania.
No. Watch if it happens.
Oh, if it happens, you didn't predict it, so
I said it, but I didn't pull the trigger on it. So
yeah, okay.
So what does randomizer have?
So the randomizer is actually going to disagree with all of us and actually make that bold prediction of saying Apollo Crews, your new Intercontinental Champion. However, I just noticed something. Maybe Apollo Crews wins the match, but doesn't become champion.
Interesting. Here we go. All right, up next match.
So maybe the randomizer's onto something here.
Could be.
No, it's WrestleMania.
It's next.
Sticking with my pick.
Oh, yeah, too late already. It's already in. It's locked in. Your pick. Here we go. Next matchup. We're gonna have Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Universal Championship. Special guest enforcer, Edge. So, I don't understand this enforcer part. just be outside, make sure they fight around about it. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, it's the Mike Tyson rule.
Okay. So, all right. So, for the first pick, it will be the one-man band. Who do you have?
Okay, so we know that Edge is headed to WrestleMania. We know that for a fact. He obviously chose Roman Reigns to be his opponent, spear versus spear. We've got now Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan again. This time it's an actual match, not, Daniel Bryan winning the Elimination Chamber and then getting handed, the terrible loss. With that being said, this looks pretty cut and dry that Roman Reigns is going to go over. Now the question is, will this enforcer role play a part in WrestleMania? And what I mean by that, well, we talked about this earlier in the show. There's been talk that there's a possibility, because Edge has been underwhelming at best with this Royal Rumble win. Not really much has been done. But I have heard that the possibility of Daniel Bryan going into WrestleMania and turning this into a triple threat match. So we'll see how that turns out. But at least for this particular situation, Roman Reigns retains. He retains the reign and moves on to WrestleMania. Now let's see if the question would be if it's just against Edge or if it's Edge and Daniel Bryan. And it'll be another triple threat a la WrestleMania 30.
All right, so you have Roman Reigns winning this one.
Yes.
All right, my turn to pick. All right, and this one, I don't know, man. This matchup is Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. Yeah, I'm gonna, of course, off the bat, I'm gonna say, Roman Reigns wins this one. He wins this matchup. But yeah, I don't want it to write off. You know how it's almost the same feeling as you feel with the Sheamus and McIntyre and Lashley kind of issue there going on. So in this one, it's like I don't want to write off Daniel Bryan just like that for WrestleMania. Like you got to have something going on with them. So I have a fear that this one, as I think the other one could be a triple threat match for WrestleMania. But yeah, for this matchup, I'm going with Roman Reigns. Rickard, who do you have?
All right, so as One Man Band kind of alluded to, I am getting that feeling that we're going to do a triple threat match at WrestleMania because, I'm not feeling it with Edge either. It's been pretty underwhelming. We had the multiple weeks of just, who am I going to pick? Who am I going to pick? I'm thinking about challenging Finn Balor. Maybe. Not going to happen because NXT gets treated like the third child that lives in the basement by Vince McMahon. But, it was a nice tease. But ultimately, it's just underwhelming what they've done with him. Even though it could have been a good story. Oh, he's back. He made a second return at the Rumble after another injury. But I said it again. I said it last time when the Rumble actually happened. That was the match for Bryan to win, to finally get that accolade in his record book and do it. Now, with that said, I'm going to go in on the record and say Roman Reigns wins. And here's why. Edge is going to want revenge for Daniel Bryan giving him the high knee. Not this past SmackDown, but the one before. He's going to cost him the match, give Reigns the win. Bryan's going to argue that he's been screwed once, he's been screwed twice. He never got a fair match against Reigns, 1v1. There was always some shenanigans. Jey Uso got involved, all that stuff. Edge is going to say, and Edge has been quoting his heel moments more so, and he's been mentioning them more and more. I beat The Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship here. SmackDown's always been my home, all that stuff. He's slowly but surely setting up the seeds there. We're gonna get heel Edge. Bryan's gonna get somehow put in the match.
bit of background noise there we had with sounds like Rick Hard over there. But let's see. He's picking what? Roman Reigns?
Yes.
Wow, Roman Reigns. And I like where he was going there. With the story that looks like it could be happening. So
it looks very plausible.
I'm telling you, man. It's like I feel like it's like at the same spot as where I feel Daniel Bryan's going to be with like how Sheamus is. It's like, what are you going to do with him? Like, what are you going to set up with them?
I'm telling you, Lou. I really think that Daniel Bryan's going to get inserted into the main event. I have that feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
Because of the fact that they didn't give Daniel Bryan the Royal Rumble win this year, which they should have. I really feel like he should have got on.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they didn't do it, like it's almost like they're pulling a 2014 all over again, and they're like, okay, look, we didn't put you in the Royal Rumble, or in this case, you didn't win it. We're gonna at least put you in the main event, and be done with it.
All right, guys. I'm back. Security pulled me away. The sound guy muted my mic because it's a conspiracy. I tell you. I'm on to you, Lou. Let me finish what I was saying. Get off of me. Reigns retains. Edge costs him the match. Bryan gets back in it, and like I said it before, and I'll say it again, it could have been Cesaro.
Alrighty, okay. And who does the randomizer have for this match?
So the randomizer is going to predict against all of us Daniel Bryan for the win.
What? Interesting randomizer. Interesting. All right, next matchup we're going to have Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler with Reginald versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Bel-Air for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. All right, for this one, I go first. And I'm off the bat, I'm going to say it. We know who's going to win. You know what? I'm not even going to say the name of who's going to win. Because we know that when they go in there, they're going to win, and it's going to be...
Yeah, Lou, you have to make a pick, so you have to say the name.
Oh, I do. Oh. I was going to say, you know what it is. That's my pick. No. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retain. And I think that this, because of losing the match, Reginald will interfere, and... this will just build up more heat for between Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, because this little friendship that we're having here, just like we had it with Bayley, is getting a little bit too close, but it has to separate a little bit as they go into WrestleMania to face each other. So yeah, I do think that Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler will retain. Rickard, who do you have?
There's not a lot to add there. Jackson and Baszler are looking good as tag champs. It's just shame they don't have actual tag teams to go up against. Just these mishmash of single stars that they didn't have anything to do with, just be put together.
Well,
I'm looking at you.
I have to say something. On SmackDown, Natalya and Tamina did come in and attack.
Yeah, because we all know how long they've been tag teaming, right? You had, let's see, let's list the mismatch that they've done in just 2 months. You got Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans. Wow, what a lot of tag team history going on there. Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. Let's be budsies and go up against these two because, why not? I might be challenging for your title. LOL. And it's just over and over and over. Let's just put two singles competitors who don't have anything to do to go up against the tag titles, while Asuka still goes undefending with her women's title.
I know.
On Raw. Yeah, so I just want to put that out there. But aside from that, one of them's going to turn heel. They're going to turn on the other. I'm going to say Jackson, Shayna Baszler retain. Okay. If I had to pick who's gonna turn, I think it'll be Sasha.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be Sasha. She fits the role as heel a little better.
Yeah. All right, and the one-man band. Who do you have in this match?
I'm pretty much going. I'm going with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler retaining. This is going to be the non-changing titles pay-per-view. Yeah, because like Rick Hart said, all these tag teams that they've just been mishmashing together. Hey, let's tag up. All right, cool. Yeah, why not? We don't have anything in common, but okay, cool. In this case, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, obviously are gonna go against each other at WrestleMania. Like Rick Hart was alluding to, somebody is gonna descend in the tag team. I know Sasha Banks just recently turned. She turned from one side to the other, but WWE doesn't really care about consistency. So, I do also believe that Sasha Banks will be the one to turn heel, because Bianca Belair, I feel, doesn't make sense to turn into a heel, especially because of the way she won the Royal Rumble. She won it very face-like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't show live video of someone's parents crying at their win in excitement and say, yeah, that's the bad guy.
Well, not only that, you don't do a WWE 24 story on them either. There's somebody that's a heel. So,
yeah, that's a good point.
So that's another thing. So I do think that Sasha Banks is going to be the one that will turn. It makes a lot of sense. Sasha Banks, in my opinion, works a lot better as a heel. She's got the boss factor, arrogance kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be a perfect feel-good story for Bianca Belair to move on to WrestleMania and, possibly win it. So I think that will all start here in Fastlane. The descent will start, and that's where it'll say, all right, cool. It's time for you and me to go at it one-on-one. So Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler win, and that'll be that.
All right, there we are.
And Sasha Banks continues to not have a win at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
And there we are. Those are our predictions for 2021 WWE Fastlane. Will it be a throwaway pay-per-view? Will it be an important pay-per-view to set up for WrestleMania? Or will it be a rematch mania? A setup for rematch mania, as Ricardo was saying that I was calling it.
Yeah, I'm trademarking that phrase, by the way.
Oh, man. All right, so folks, those are our predictions. And, Jay Few, I guess out of shame, didn't want to participate. So I guess we'll catch you.
Yeah, he got beat by the randomizer last time, so I don't blame him. He wanted to take a break, refocus, recharge. Probably didn't want to get put through a table by us.
And okay, so I guess one man band. I guess we'll be celebrating our co-victories.
Hey, what are you talking about? I should be champion right now. And get off.
Get him out of here.